And now, turning to an ancient tragedy to help heal modern trauma. As special correspondent Malcolm Brabant reports, a therapeutic drama program in Glasgow is using a Euripides play to help Syrian refugees reckon with their past. It's part of our ongoing arts and culture series, Canvas.
Daraa, without its inhabitants, cold, destructive, frightening, dark, armored.
Last-minute rehearsals in Glasgow for Heba Al-Wadi, one of the stars of an ancient Greek play called The Trojan Women. The drama has been adapted to include the personal stories of the cast, none of whom have acted before. Heba is recounting a scene in her hometown of Daraa, where the Syrian uprising began. Heba was 13 years old when her school came under attack from forces of President Bashar al-Assad.
Our classrooms was surrounded by glass and the mortars started, so it's not a safe place at all. And we needed to leave the school very quickly. It was so hard to see my teacher so scared. And I thought, I am going to die.
Beautiful. Very good. Well done. Yeah, no, me too. You know, when you do it properly, the hair on my arms, really.
Although The Trojan Women is a play that is 2,500 years old, it's an eternal play. It speaks about eternal truths of war.
Producer Charlotte Eager began running therapeutic drama projects in a Jordanian refugee camp 6 years ago. She sees parallels between the Syrians' plight and that of the Trojan women, who were enslaved after their city was overrun by the Greeks and all the men were killed.
It's all about death, exile, rape, murder, loss, everything that happens to any innocent people in war.
The army's weapons were supposed to protect us, were killing us instead. I wanted to scream, I am a child, you should protect me.
The way therapeutic drama works, from a psychological point of view, is if the participants can identify with the characters they're playing, they work their own stories into the text of the play. So for them, it helps them get over the trauma that they've undergone. But also it means that creatively, they put on a very, very powerful performance.
Psychotherapist Sana Al-Frouk helped to translate the play, an extraordinary feat, as she only started learning English a year ago, when she moved to this village north of Glasgow. She was a teacher in Daraa when her school was attacked by Assad's troops, and she witnessed pupils being killed. As she says on stage, it generated the type of fear that made her sick to the stomach.
We are people with dignity, and we have to support our children. This generation should have a good future. No one can take this right from us. Although we lost our country, but we need peaceful, and that's our right. I saw disasters. You can't imagine how you can speak about your children who's died. No one will give you son again or daughter again. Yeah, we can stop.
Mohammed was a tailor in Syria. He spent 2 years hiding in a cellar. When he eventually emerged, he was arrested and was tortured, but he escaped to Egypt.
For me, what's important, for me today, is I'm sending a message that there are innocent folks that get killed in wars who have no affiliation with the regime or the opposition. People get wasted in war, and their main concern is just to feed their kids and take care of their household.
Most of those involved in this project were among 2,000 Syrians flown to Scotland under the UN's refugee resettlement programme. Some support the Assad regime, others are vigorously opposed. For a while, the gulf in political opinions caused tensions amongst the cast. In Syria, those differences could end in death, but here they've managed to resolve their conflicts and to respect each other's opinions. So, in a small way, this play, being staged in eastern Glasgow, has generated harmonious coexistence.
We are not saying if the opposition is good or bad. We are only speaking of our personal suffering.
He is right. Let him speak.
Thank you. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
This two-day production and 9 months of drama workshops beforehand cost well into six figures. A large portion was subsidised by Glasgow City Council. This at a time when local authority spending in Britain is under severe pressure. But Councillor Jennifer Layden believes it's been a good investment.
I think putting in extra money to these causes helps raise the profile and raise awareness of the plight that refugees and asylum seekers go through when they come across from other countries and seek sanctuary in our city.
You know, we use the word refugee as a kind of label. You know, we see these people on the news, they look foreign, there are quite a lot of them, but actually they're just you and me. That's who they are. So what I'm hoping, and this has been what we've had in the past, is the audience will watch this play and they will see themselves reflected in the mirror of humanity, essentially.
Judging by the full houses and the audience reaction, the producers and cast achieved their objective.
When you witness things through the media, it feels a little bit faceless and it feels a bit like very, very far away. Whereas when you're in a theatre and it's live and it's so close you could almost touch it, it really sort of it really sinks into your heart.
The producers want to tour Britain to spread the word.
I teach my children every day how they can be leaders anywhere, with any people. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter with who, but you have to be a good person, because that will change the world forever, and that will give each one peace.
The peace that Sana craves for her 5 children is here in abundance in her Scottish village. She says Syria will always have a big place in her heart, but Scotland is where the family's future lies, so they're staying here to contribute to the country that provided sanctuary. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Malcolm Brabant in Scotland.
And we cannot imagine what they've lived through.